Good morning. How are you? Today we're going to be speaking about what makes us happy and how the way we look at the world shifts the way we feel about the world. Okay. Sound, for example, is one great way to shift the way that we feel, to shift the way that we are accepting the outside world to be. So when you hear a sound, it can either calm you or it can make you really, really uncomfortable. Singing, for example, humming is another way to make you feel good in this world that is happening right now, in all the events that are happening on the outside. Shifting out of that perspective, shifting out of how you feel about what's going on is really, really important for you. It is important for you to be able to do that and to put the focus on realizing that what you can do, what you can focus on, is the outcome. In my previous video I was saying that if you use an interruption mode, if you feel that your mind and your mindset and you're feeling worse and worse about what's going on, your ability to shift out of that is as little as 5 seconds or less. Counting 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, counting backwards shifts you out of that trajectory that you are going towards. And many of us right now are thinking, oh my goodness, what's going to happen? Are we going to survive? Is my family going to be okay? Are we going to be healthy? Are we going... All of these thoughts going through our mind, going through our mind, going through our mind. Shifting perspective. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Getting out of that perspective, going into, okay, where would I like to go? I'm at point A. I would like to go to point B. What's your point B? Where is that place? Or that thought? Or that feeling? Are you not there? That's okay. At least you are aware that you are not there right now. And how to get there. You can write about what it is you want to create, bring it down into the physical, put it into a journal, or just put it onto a piece of paper. You can write it in your phone, in your notebook. You can record it. Okay? What is your superpower? Did you know that each one of us on this planet we all have a superpower? We can think things into existence. I know this sounds really, really crazy because in the old ways of doing things, you would think about things and it would not happen. At least not for a very, very long period of time. But today it's different. Today the difference is that you now can think things into existence. But how? And that's where the subconscious and the conscious come into play. So if we are subconsciously doing things, in other words, on automatic 95% of the time, and we are conscious 5% of the time, well, so how are we going to be able to think things into existence? By repetition. 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 And I would write it down. If you are working on getting a new place, you want to buy a new place, or you want to rent a new place, you just want to move to a new place, I would put the picture of that place onto the mirror where you brush your teeth every morning. So you're seeing it every morning, repeating, reprogramming yourself to go towards that. Okay? And So when you're reprogramming, you're focusing on this outcome, focusing on the outcome. If they're furniture you would like to have, I want you to not just think about them, I want you to put a picture of them, and I want you to see yourself in your inner mind sitting on them. That's how I did my car. That's how I was able to manifest my car. I thought of it, and then I bought the keychain. I didn't have the money to buy the whole car in the beginning. So I bought a keychain. Every time I was opening up or driving my car, I would see this emblem. Okay, I would see other cars that are the ones that I wanted. I would see them on the road, and I'd be so happy for those people that were driving that car, because they were in that car that I could just see myself behind the steering wheel. Okay, at that time I didn't have the money to do this, but I kept thinking I could see myself, I could feel myself, and then one day I saw a whole convoy of these cars come by, and I was like, oh my goodness, I'm so close. I know I'm close. Thank you, God. I know I'm close. I'm going to be there very, very, very soon. And then a part of my realistic mind went in and says, well, you don't have the money for it. And then the other part says, no, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. I feel it. I'm totally there. I'm feeling the whole, it just feels right. It feels right. I know that. I can see myself. I can picture myself in that car driving, how it feels. Okay, today I have the car, but it took some steps to get there. But from the day I decided, that's another one. From the day I decided I was going to have this car until I sat in the car, it took about 3 months. Or maybe more, maybe 4 months. I'm not really sure. Because I first had to decide what it was going to look like. I had to decide, around the money I was going to be able to give for it, and so on and so forth. And the funny thing is, the day that I got the keychain was the day I got fired from my last job. And I was thinking, okay, what can I do today? Because I just got fired. I'm not going to get any more money. What can I do today to make myself feel better? That's when I went to the dealership and got the little key ring. I had $25 to buy a key ring of it, So many times we don't understand how powerful we really are. We are so powerful that we can make things happen just by thinking about them. Okay, so focus on what it is that you want to achieve. Focus on that. Focus on what it is that you want to achieve. Because when you focus on that, you set in your superpower, which is your brain. You set that in motion. Now, when I ask people, what is your superpower? Usually what I'm asking them is, what do you love to do? What are you good at? And sometimes people say to me, well, I don't have anything. And when I got that question, I didn't know either what my superpower was. And now I see I have several. I have the power to manifest, but I also have the power to create things out of thin air just by thinking about them and then start creating them. Energy follows thought. You have a thought, energy follows. We hear the word, God helps those that help themselves. Okay, you can't just sit on the couch and eat a lot of potatoes, even though potatoes are good for you. You're probably eating potato chips. But so again, disrupt. If you feel that you get you get a thought that you'd like to do something, before your brain stops you, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go for it. Okay, disrupt and then go for it. Because our brains are keeping us safe, trying to keep us protected, trying to keep us in status quo. And that is not what you want if you want to come out of a pattern. If you want to clear yourself of a habit, you need to get out. You need to disrupt. You need to get out of that flow that has been going the same way. We are in different times now. We're in times where we're going up and we're shifting into the fifth dimension. And when you shift into the fifth dimension, what happens? Well, you see it from a different perspective. You're seeing your life from a different perspective, right? And seeing your life from a different perspective also means that you have the possibility of shifting into that perspective. Is it a perspective you like? Then continue going towards that. It doesn't matter if reality is not like that. Because like I showed you before, if you have that lemon in your hand, the imaginary lemon, you're bringing it up to your mouth and your mouth starts salivating, well, that means that your mind can shift everything, even though the reality is not like that. Okay? You can feel good in a shack because your mind says that this shack is a castle. And after a while, you're moving towards that goal maybe of having a castle. I'm not saying that, but sometimes we can sit in the shack and we can think, oh, reality is I don't have anything. I'm never going to amount to anything. And that's what everybody told me. And so I'm going to make that true. But it's not true, right? The only thing that would stop you would be death. I know it's harsh talking here. But reality is, that is the only thing that stops you, right? So, as long as you're breathing, as long as you're able to hear, you're also able to do. So, with that, I just want to tell you, I love you. And go out and get that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go, go, go.